Hey YouTube, it's Warfare Daily here, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be doing a tank review of the T54. T54 is a tier 9 Russian medium tank, and it does have a lot of characteristics of being a medium tank, especially at tier 9. Now, it has, as you can see, it has pretty good mobility, which of course is what you expect from a medium tank. And the gun, when you first get, the first gun you get with it is pretty shit, to be honest. You really need to get I would get the gun that leads to the T62, that's the better one, so that's the one I'll be getting, that's the one that I use. And you'll see in this gameplay, you can be aggressive, but you also don't want to be too aggressive. You have to be careful, and you've got to make sure to angle that armor, because you do have a lot of armor, but flat it's not that effective. So you can see there's another T54 there, didn't quite manage to get him. It actually does have pretty good gun accuracy, which is something that a lot of the Russian tanks don't have. And I mean, like a lot of the tanks I've reviewed, once again, it's more about the rate of fire rather than doing lot amounts of damage in a shot, which I've spoken about many times with a lot of the tanks I've done. And you can see with that one there, like when it's flat like that, you can get through it pretty easily. So yeah, you do really have to be careful. Also, if you guys enjoyed this video, or if you want to see more tank reviews, be sure to subscribe and like the video. Maybe in the comments below, maybe comment what tank you want to see next. I don't have like all the tanks or anything, but I can certainly negotiate. Now, just back to the tank again, and especially with like provisions and equipment, it's extremely like, it's really good traverse speed, turns really quick, and you can see there you can easily outflank any TD, and I mean, yeah, that's a good thing. And like I said before, you can be aggressive but not too aggressive, and I know I repeated myself with that, but it's just something you gotta think about when you're playing really, well, a medium tank like this. Some medium tanks have like no armor at all, whereas this one does. But at tier 9, its gun and everything does perform well. As you'll see in the next battle, though, you do kind of struggle a bit at tier 10. You're a bit out of your depth. You got to be more smart, do more flanking. Tier 9, I just kind of, I don't really bother doing too much flanking. But at tier 10, you will probably have to be doing that. And also, this thing has good armor on its turret as well, so you can go turret down pretty well. It has that classic rounded shaped turret that, like all the Russian tanks have, really. It's just kind of a trait. It's a good one, but like the other Russian tanks, also doesn't have very good gun depression. And yeah, it's also it's a pretty low profile tank. Like, it's not very tall or anything compared to, say, the E50M, which is actually a really good thing. You don't want a really tall, high profile medium tank. It's not really a good thing, so yeah, that's another thing to be proud about, I guess. And I mean, like, I do use, with the first gun, I'll just get back to something else in a second, but with the first gun you get, you really will struggle to penetrate targets, and you do need to use a lot of premium rounds. With this gun, I still carry premium rounds, and I still use them, and I mean, like I said before, you really do struggle to get through a lot of those tier 10 tanks. Now, just a thing that, what I was going to mention before that I'm just about to get back to right about now. It does have a decent amount of damage that it outputs per shot compared to the reload time. So basically, it just has a good rate of fire, I guess you could say. I mean, like, I think it's around, often it does up to 300 damage, and it reloads, I think it's like 8 seconds or so. So it's pretty solid. I mean, if you like to brawl, this would be a probably much better option to, say, the IS-8. Although the IS-8 and this tank, I mean, the IS-8 is kind of like a medium heavy. And you can see now, I do get a bit overconfident here. I charge in and kill the Jag Tiger, and I get really low on health, and then this guy, he kills me because he has an auto loader. So that's a good example of what not to do. You really, I mean, like you saw just then, I got too aggressive. I did get kills, but yeah. Anyway, this battle still went the way that it was intended. Team ended up winning, which is the main thing. So yeah, I did my role. Team won, and that's what matters. I mean, it's really one of those tanks. It's not really great. It's just decent, and it gets the job done. You know, like you play your role. It's solid, I guess you could say. So you can't expect anything too amazing from it, but it is just a decent tank. Yeah, like I said before, gets the job done, which is really what I look for with tanks. So yeah. Also, the tracks, you can side scrape a fair bit with the tracks. It is quite an effective side scraper, which is actually another thing that Russian tanks seem to have, which is, once again, that's a good thing. Now, you can see on this final map, this is where I end up versing tier 10 tanks. And you can see, I realised that, and I saw some pretty heavily armed ones, so I went on the right flank with a Jag Panzer E100. I mean, when you get up tiered, it's more about that support role. You just got to support the bigger tanks, so I thought, you know, that guy might need some protection from medium tanks and all that, so yeah, I decided I'd go up with him. And you can see that position where there's the bunker in the wall. I'll get behind there in just a second. And in that position, you can hit targets pretty much all across the map. The only setback is the gun depression does limit you. But yeah, you can see there's another T54 there. He's currently dueling someone else, and he went behind a rock, but he charged out in the open, and I hit him. Also, another good thing about being up high is when you shoot down, you basically, sloping armor becomes pretty much useless. It just becomes flat. I don't even know where that shot went. It just kind of went off somewhere. But that guy got killed anyway. Now there's a Centurion there. You can see in a second I will have problems with gun depression. Then there was that Grill 15. Yeah, I tried to angle, but he went through anyway. I think I over-angled the tracks a bit. So he had a damage trade, of course, that was in his favour, because his gun's much higher hitting. So I decided just to not go out that way and try something different. So I'll go out the other way. And you can see there's a Centurion there. Now, that was a really unfortunate shot. It just hit the dead carcass in front of him, which is actually pretty rare with this tank because it does have good accuracy. But nonetheless, I kill him with the next shot. He's out of the game. Now, at the moment, it's pretty even. We've killed one more player, but they still have their E100s and stuff still up, so it could really go either way at this point. And back to the E100, that's something you really need to watch out for with this tank. Yeah, you'll see later, like, it's the armor on this thing, and then there's that one there. That's another dangerous target. I do put heat through that little turret, which doesn't usually happen. That was just a fortunate shot. Now, we kind of play a game of cat and mouse, me and the T124. Basically, I just try to peek out and catch him in the flank, but he keeps on turning just in time, so that goes on for a little while. You can see there, like, yeah, that's that gun depression again. Had problems with that, and you can see another heat shot. The next heat shot doesn't go through, so you can't really rely on that turret. But yeah, you can do it sometimes. And you can see I tried to hit him in the lower glaciers, but didn't quite get there. He kind of just pulled back in time. And then I noticed the E100 was causing a lot of grief to friends over there. So I put a shot in his engine. And then I believe I moved back to the T124 and put another shot into him. And I guess this is what I mean about the support role. You kind of sit on the flanks and just kind of, snipe at the enemy tanks. Just support your allies. You can see there, this is where I bounced and he killed me right there. He just turned his turret in time, which was unfortunate. But yeah, nonetheless, I would recommend this tank as a decent tank that gets the job done. and as I said before, get the gun that leads to the T62. Even if you want the other one, the object, I still recommend getting that gun because it is much better. So yeah, not really much else to say. This battle just goes on for a little bit more. Those two, kind of, this guy here wins. He catches him on the flank, which is kind of strange to be doing in a tank like that. But yeah, anyway, without further ado, I mean, like I said before, if you enjoyed this video, subscribe and like. I mean, I'll be doing more tank reviews, and if you want to put your thoughts or ideas, leave them in the comments section below. Anyway, this has been Warfare Daily. I'll see you guys in the next video.